Peace, peace, my peaceful people. What's good? It's your brother, man. Say I know. What's good? We out here in nature. Yeah, we had to come on the camera today just to say hello. Y'all need to see me because I'm a beautiful man. Y'all need to behold. That was an ego moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm out here to talk about. Yeah, I wanted to scrap that video that I did and make it more of a, instructional piece, right? We want to do some, practicalities out here. We want to be able to, give something that you can add into your life. And, if it works, great. You know what I'm saying? So, this is 5 keys to help you heal. What do I mean when I help you heal? What are we talking about? So we're not talking about you catch a cold, you get the flu, you get, whatever it is, right? And you tend to your healing in that way. No, we're talking about healing from disappointment, from grief, from, pain. What are the ways to heal the heart? We get bogged down, you know what I'm saying? We get, things happen in our lives, we don't feel great about it, and we could actually hurt ourselves, hurt our development, hurt our developments in our lives just by the energy that we attract to ourselves by staying in that glum. So we want to be able to heal. We want to be able to reverse that, right? Sometimes it's a matter of other people's energies in your energy. That's a thing. Spell work is heavy out here. But healing, right? So the very first key to most things, period, right? To most things on this planet, you're going to find that success will come only through proper identity. Okay? Who do you know that you are? I don't mean who you believe you are. I mean, who do you know that you are? Do you know that you are a divine entity walking this planet, having experiences, good and bad, soaking them up, learning from these things on the journey? Do you know this information? Is this something that you were just told, but you don't really have a working experience of it, so maybe you don't know it? Well, this is a key, because you have people out here that hurt you on purpose. You have jealousies that come into effect. People want to get you back, knock you off your high horse, whatever, right? And so, people do stuff, right? If you are susceptible to the thought that you can be defeated, that you are a lesser being, that you are someone who is stuck, right? If you succumb to that thought, then stuck is what you'll be. If you succumb to that thought, if you give in to the thought of, this is just what it is and the way it is and I can't do anything about it, you will prove that reality. It's a key to understand who you are. Luckily, for my person, I was able to see the value in possessing myself with the understanding of the ancients. Why reinvent the wheel? The ancient Egyptians did deific things walking this planet because of who they understood themselves to be. If I understand myself like they understood themselves, I'll be able to produce in that manner as well. And production is not always physical. Production is sometimes growth. You do the right thing in your spirit, you grow in rank. And then, you just live life. Everything comes as it should. But identity, if you see yourself as a peon or someone who's small or someone who's susceptible to these types of things, and these types of things are your lot. So, identity. I choose to identify with the thing that makes the most sense. It makes the most sense that we come here to have experiences. I experience my divinity all the time. I could go to sleep, wake up, and know everything about what happened in the room and who was there. You know what I mean? I know my Sheps is working with me. I know that the higher entities, the higher deities in my spirit are walking as me. I'm walking as them, right? Identity is key. The second thing is tied directly to identity. And I say this all the time, and that is self-worth. You are someone who doesn't recognize your value, then you succumb to external things that are placed on you. See, if you're someone with self-worth, then you have your own set of mental meanderings, right, that you keep inside your head, that come to you when these situations of pain or whatever it may be. When you feel yourself slipping, if you have deep into your subconscious this understanding that you are valuable, super valuable, more valuable than anybody who would try to do you harm. If you understand this, then it's just not what you're going to go for. You're going to respond in a different way. You're going to respond in a way that examples that value for self. So it's important, That's fundamental on everything, right? Self-worth. Self-worth is going to make you avoid doing things that cause you to belittle yourself in front of other people by your damn self. Self-worth is going to make you be authentic in the mirror when you're with yourself. Are you who you say you are? Right? That's all about self-worth. How much do you value who you are? Right? If you're not who you are, I bet you don't value who you are. This is the realest thing that you could do, is put value on yourself. Put respect on your own name. Right? Then it don't matter what somebody else out there is thinking. Right? Right? Your self-worth is going to trump some next man's thought about you. Every time. Your self-worth is going to push you into lines of action when it goes to that critical moment. So, yeah, self-worth. Tend to self-worth. The next thing you want to do, you got to do, the next thing you got to do, because the first two things are dependent upon this, right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about that good brainwash. You got to brainwash yourself, right? You have to work your mind in such a way where you give yourself thoughts to win, right? Affirmations, right? Meditation, right? You got to put something into that subconscious mind about who you are, about what you are worth, about what you want out of this experience, right? You have to go into trance with that, right? Pain cannot trump those things, right? The thing is, if you have these things existing inside already, then when pain comes, it'll be a superimposition on top of what's already there. And so therefore, not too deep. You might wrestle with the thoughts for a day or two until you decide to sit down and do your meditation and renew your identity with God. Renew your self-worth, your understanding of who you are. You re-brainwash yourself. You have to brainwash yourself as well with reason. Why are you hurting? Hurting because of what? What about this situation is intrinsically painful to you? Is it intrinsically painful, or are you just submitting to this emotion? Are you just submitting to the thoughts, the projections of someone else? It's very, very important to have good brainwash already in there. You have to have things that you can latch onto that will sustain you in this life as you go, because it's all about ups and downs. You can't be a type of person that is possessed of this understanding that if things don't go your way, then that's the end of the world. That's the end of life, and oh my God, and you can't be that, because it's just not true. That's not true. There's nothing intrinsic about any situation that should cause you pain. Why should you be painful because someone cheated? Or why should you be in pain? That shouldn't. That's somebody else. Even if you thought you loved that person, at that point, if someone cheats on you, you have to redo your brainwash, right? If you had any value in them, if you put some value into them, if you put, some type of, strong feeling of worth into that person, and they did you like that, well, you have to redo your reasoning on that matter. You have to re-brainwash yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to say, if that person did that, then they weren't mine. So why would I be in pain? Why should I tax my emotions in that way? You know what I'm saying? Why? There's no reason. Why should I make myself sick? No. I value myself. I value what's in here. You know what I'm saying? I value what created me. You know what I'm saying? And I know that what created me wants me to walk in that. What created me wants to live through me. Right? So how the hell am I going to let you defeat me? How am I going to let some painful experience defeat me? Yeah. Got to use reasoning. Sometimes this is the thing that you have to do to wake up out of the funk, or, whatever it be. All kinds of situations of pain, death, of another person is pain, right? And you need to reason with that too. Death is a part of life. We can't have life without death. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's painful to miss someone, right? It's no fun having to miss someone that you love. You know what I mean? You know? But it's a part of life. It's gonna happen to you and everybody you know. You know what I'm saying? So you deal with that reality now, just by accepting it. You know what I mean? That way when it happens, you don't have to hurt. You don't have to, you know, wallow in sorrow. You know? You can celebrate. If you understand life, then you celebrate when the person's died, because you know they went to not only a better place, but they went home. They went home. So there's no reason to cry. Right? Reasoning, right? You have to reason. Use your reasoning skills to heal yourself. Most of the times it's an illogical point, an irrational point that we're basing this pain upon, right? That we're basing the allowance of this pain upon, right? It's something that's not even rational. Oh, I loved her. Oh, I can't do without them. It's not rational. And that is, you know, that flies in the face of self-worth and stuff like that. So it's invalid thoughts. You know what I mean? Re-brainwash yourself. Yo. Yeah, man, let me move on. So the next thing you have to deal with, see, all of this is brain stuff, mind stuff, right? There's a certain level of control of the mind that you have to have, right? You have to recognize your own thoughts, right? Many times we are carrying pain and it's not us, okay? It's not even us, okay? We're dealing with projection, right? You and your ex or somebody went through some situation, right? You know, and you left out of reason. You said, you know, yeah, I'm bigger than that, let me out of here. But all of a sudden, you got a depression going on. See, you have to recognize your own thoughts, right? This is about meditation, right? This is about that self-centered, you know, self-centering meditation that allows you to tune out to the external stuff and tune into the self, right? You have to recognize what is streaming in from outside and what is already in there, right? Coming as thoughts, right? That's key to not, you know, to recognizing when these negative projections are upon you, right? You know, you have to deal with your mind in a certain way. You have to be awake. If you're not awake, then you're just sleeping and it's, oh, I feel so bad, and oh, and wow, and maybe I should call. No, don't do it. Recognize your thoughts, you know? Recognize, you know, your vibration, right? Recognize, you know, like, first of all, get in a high vibration and then recognize what it is. So when the low vibe comes, you know that's not you. You don't have to submit to that. You don't have to succumb to that, right? Yeah. Right. And the last point on this pretty much is fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, no, not quite fake it, right? Because you don't want to, it's not about faking anything, but you know, this thing about affecting the mind, right? It's about repetition. You're not going to get it the first time, especially if it's a thought that's very opposite, you know, of what's normal, right? You know, you're not going to be able to break free of it that first time, right? That second time, probably that third time. It's not deep into the subconscious yet. Those thoughts, those, you know, reasonings and things like that have not sunk deep yet. Right? You haven't placed them deep yet through meditation, right? So, you know, what you're doing at this point, you're acting like that, right? It's just like, you know, when you are dealing, you know, with the deity, you know, you have to do the onkin ma'at of the deity. You have to act in the way of the deity, right? You have to act in that aspect of spirit, of your spirit. You have to invoke that aspect of your spirit, right? And, you know, so what that involves is acting like the deity. But the thing is this, you'll act like it today. You'll act like it tomorrow. You'll act like it for the next 4, 5, 7, 10 days. But if you stick with it, after a while, it becomes you and you're not acting anymore, right? You have trained your mind. And that's what you must do, right? Training, all of this is all about training the mind, right? At all of these steps is meditation, right? You're going to meditate on your self-identity. You're going to meditate on how much you love yourself and how much you understand that you are. You're going to meditate these affirmations of good brainwash inside of you, right? Right? You're going to meditate to sit down and get still, to understand which thoughts are yours and which thoughts are coming in from outside, right? Right? And then, you know, you'll be able to incorporate these things into your being, right? Yeah. So this is, you know, how you apply your mind to everything you do, right? And healing is just one of them. But healing is a major one. We go through stuff. We go through stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is a big ball of emotions and all kinds of stuff, right? You know what I mean? You know, so you have to recognize what else this is, right? And tap into that. All right? Yeah. I'm going to leave it right here. I'm enjoying some of this easy breeze. And we're going to see y'all next time. Peace and love.